flower cannot blossom around dead flowers because nothing is nurturing them, But if a really, really beautiful flower goes to a really, really beautiful garden where all the other flowers are healthy, they all get rain, they all get sunlight, you know what happened to that flower? It will grow again. It will be healthy again. So you gotta stop being around dead plants and start being around healthy plants and healthy flowers, So if you want to grow and you want to blossom, then be around people that are going to allow you to blossom, and stop being around people who are going to stick every single piece of their nail into your balloon to a point where it sinks. What's up, my power queens? Welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking about how your reality shapes your life. How you think and whatever you consume and whatever you put out there, that shapes how your reality is going to be like. So if you consume negative energy, or you consume fighting, you consume people fussing 24/7, you have so much drama going around, you got friends that be in drama 24/7, that is exactly what you're going to get out your life. If you don't want to grow up being a person that has so much drama around them, being in drama 24/7, then you have to start right now by setting boundaries and being like, if I don't want my life to be like this and I don't want to feel like this, then I'm not going to allow people that is that to hang around me, because you're literally shaping your life. You know how a flower can be so pretty, but if the flower is around so many dead flowers, the flower is not going to be able to blossom, because all the other flowers are dead. The sunlight is not shining on them. They don't get no water. But if you put a beautiful flower out there, a healthy flower out there, then sooner or later that flower will start to die. That's how human beings are. You be around people that are bad energy and everything, be around them for so long, then you will start to duplicate that. You will start to be that. A flower cannot blossom around dead flowers because nothing is nurturing them, But if a really, really beautiful flower goes to a really, really beautiful garden where all the other flowers are healthy, they all get rain, they all get sunlight, you know what happened to that flower? It will grow again. It will be healthy again. So you gotta stop being around dead plants and start being around healthy plants and healthy flowers, So if you want to grow and you want to blossom, then be around people that are going to allow you to blossom, and stop being around people who are going to stick every single piece of their nail into your balloon to a point where it sinks. You have to start thinking about your mental health. You got to start thinking about your future wise. I know a lot of people say, live in the moment. Yeah, it's good to live in the moment, but you can't do every single bad thing and think that that's not going to affect your future. You gotta understand how to balance that. You gotta understand how to balance stuff. If you don't know how to balance anything, then babes, your life is going to fall. You gotta be able to balance, 2 eggs. Work on yourself. Work on your mental health. Work on things that will allow yourself to blossom. You don't have to work on your mental health. You don't have to work nothing on that. But I promise you, if you don't work on your mental health, you won't feel like you. You won't feel as if you're you. So many people out there that don't work on their mental health at all, and it shows. You don't have to do that. I'm not telling y'all to do that, but I'm telling you that it's wise to do that. It's better to do that. If you want to live a happy and a nurturing life, then you want to, work on things like that. You want to work on your mental health. You want to work on things that will allow you to be happy and allow you to grow. Because if you don't work on things like that, then babes, your life is not going to be on the good side of the bench. If you work on yourself and you work on your health, then them things will slowly go away. Them things don't stand in life forever. No matter, and when people be like, oh yeah, life happens, life goes on, things like that. Life happens and life goes on, and that's the truth. So you can't be stuck in another version of you and still trying to build another version. That's not going to work. You want to build 2 houses, then first start with building the first one. You can't build 2 houses at the same time, babes. You got to start with the first one. You want the first one to look neat and right. Because if you try to build 2 houses at the same time, you're going to rush. And it's going to look crazy. So stop rushing in the process and allow the process to go and slowly move. And you need to stop focusing so much on the process and focus on yourself and be focused on allowing yourself to grow and allowing yourself to become the best version of yourself. Because if you want to become the best version of yourself, babes, well, you're going to have to snip a lot of people off. You're going to have to snip all them negative thoughts off, because you can't become the best version of yourself if you have negative thoughts, negative energy around. You can't do it. In like cases, it's 100% good thing long term. If you know that you're finna do something that's completely bad and that will mess up your reputation, then babe, you want to think long term. Who am I going to be in 20 more years and I have this this type of reputation, and people still remembering this, what I did. You're gonna be like, no, I'm not doing this. You're gonna remember this. If you're doing something that you're second guessing, all you gotta do is ask yourself, in 10 more years, will I want this reputation to still be with me in 10 more years? If that's a no, then babe, that's the answer to not do it. You know, because it's like so many people do dumb things and then they get dumb consequences, and then future wise it started not able to do things because nobody's willing to hire them, or nobody's willing to allow them to work with them due to the fact that how that reputation looks like. So if you're around here acting a fool in front of all these people, in front of all these places, and cussing people out everywhere you go, babes, that's a bad reputation. Do you actually want to be that type of person? You know, do you want to be the type of person where you're around cussing everybody out, around disrespecting everybody but me? I mean, do you want to be a mad person? Because nobody truly want to be a mad person. But if you want to be a mad person, then the role will be given to you easily. You know, so you gotta like be able to reframe your life and be able to be like, I'm going to see the good things, not the bad things. And this goes with like positive and negative energy. It's so many people, it's so many negative thoughts out there and so many positive thoughts out there. You gotta reframe your brain to start thinking about positive thoughts and stop thinking so much about negative thoughts. You gotta look at your brain. You gotta focus your brain to the positive thoughts, because if you put all your energy into negative thoughts, then that's what literally duplicate that what you get out your life. You'll get negative things happen to you. If you always like, oh, negative things always happen to me, I'm always doing this, well, babes, you're speaking it into existence. If you don't like that, then you gotta start saying positive things to yourself. You gotta start being like, everything good happened to me. You gotta start being like that, because you want your life to, you know, show a positive outcome and not a negative outcome. I mean, who want to be thinking negative thoughts all their entire life? No, you want to think positive thoughts. You know, so if you want to think positive thoughts, then you got to chop off the negative ones. That's what goes with your mind shapes your life. Your mindset shapes your life, because your mindset shapes your life. Your mindset shapes every single piece of your life. Like anything you think inside that brain of yours is getting shaped, and every single part of your reality is getting shaped into pieces. And then whatever you put out there to the earth, it will give it right back. So then you have to start within, being able to be like, you know, sit down and be like, this, I might have negative thoughts, but none of these negative thoughts are true. None of them are. And if you got how cliche this sounds, you gotta say it every time you have a negative thought. No matter how you feel, oh, I don't feel like saying this, I don't feel like, no, you got to say it. Because if you don't say it, then the negative thoughts will start to build up and you won't even see it. But then sooner or later, it's gonna be shown, and that's when you're gonna see it. So you gotta be like that. You gotta be able to allow your brain to expand into different and many forms of life, you know. So it's like, you want to, you know, stop doing that. You want to start, you know, building on good habits and building on a good mindset. Then you got to start being able to, first you need to start cutting off the people that don't serve no purpose around you. That's what you need to start doing first. No matter how hard it is, don't care how long you've been knowing them people for how many years, cut them people off. Because, you know, if they don't serve no purpose, then why still have them in your life? I mean, if you're cutting somebody off that you've been knowing for long, that's not bad. Because if they don't serve no purpose in your life, or they give off negative energy to you and they don't allow you to grow, then why have them in your life? That's basically like you having two journals, and you got an ugly journal that you don't like, and then you have a journal that's so beautiful and pretty, and you're like, no, I'm going to keep this journal because I might like it one day, and you keep having it around, you're sooner or later, you're never going to like it. So give the journal away to somebody that's going to like it, you know. It's not mean. It's generally not mean. It's just like, okay, you deserve somebody else that's, you know, similar to you. You're not similar to me, and that's totally fine. Next, accepting the fact that, you know, in life, everybody's not gonna like you. Boom. Nobody is obligated to like you. Nobody's obligated to respect you. But some people do and some people don't. And that's why you put some people in their place. Controlling your brain, because you're the controller of your brain. You cannot keep allowing your feelings or your emotion to control your brain, you know. And that's another thing. You gotta be the remote to your TV. See, your body is basically the TV. You're the remote. So you're the remote controller. You control everything, where the TV go. You can turn the TV off if you want. You can do anything. That's you. You're the remote to the TV. You can control if you want to turn your feelings on. You can control literally anything, and you have to be able to pick that remote up and start controlling. Because if you sit there and allow the remote to sit there, then you'll continue to fall and bad habits each and every time. Once you realize in life that you're the controller of your life, then a lot of things that happen to you, you won't feel it because you're like, I'm the controller. I get to choose if I want to feel it or not. I get to choose that. A lot of times we get to choose how we want to feel things, and that's why so many people, they can have the same situation, they can be going through the same thing, but the other person, they get out of it faster. They do faster. People like this, you can't get over that fast. How did you get over that faster than the other person did? Because they noticed that they were the controller of their life, and they noticed that I'm not gonna sit here and drown in my emotions. Instead, I'm gonna get up and work, and I'm gonna get up and do what's best for me. But the other person, they drown in their emotions. They decide to keep allowing their feelings to tell them that they're not about anything and they're not worth anything. So if you don't want to drown, then babes, you better get to swimming. So you have to realize that you're the controller of your life. Nobody else is the controller of your life. You have to pick up that remote and realize, I'm the controller. I get to control anything. The same way you get to control when you want to drink water or not, you're the controller of your life. So just pick up the remote and press start. But that's the end of the video, my power queens. I love y'all so much, and I hope I see, I know I'm going to see y'all in my next video, but 400 subscribers by the end of this month. Let's say this month. And yeah, I love y'all. Bye, my power queens.
Have you ever been in love?
Abso-fucking-lutely.